Welcome to Let's Talk with Dami and Laura. This week we're talking about interracial relationships. So this has been probably the most requested topic from people that they want us to do. So we get so many comments, don't we,
Yeah,
about being in an interracial relationship. Do we think that interracial relationships are increasing?
yeah, definitely. But it's still a tiny percent, though.
We had a look, didn't
Yeah,
we,
we
at
look.
the stats? Wasn't it
Yeah,
something like 8 or 9%
yeah,
of relationships in the UK were interracial,
yeah,
which I was shocked at because I thought it was actually a lot more than that.
yeah. Me too.
Not a lot more, but maybe like 20%,
Yeah,
not nine.
9%. 9% is a little on the low.
It's really
Yeah,
low.
when you look at the amount of mixed race kids we have in the UK, are like,
Well, even that, I think the stats of that, something like 2.9% or something,
yeah,
which is nothing. So I was really, really shocked to see that stat. Although interracial relationships are slowly increasing, I think there's still a really big prejudice around them, and we can see that from examples in the comments that we've got. So we can see the problems that people still have with interracial relationships.
yeah,
So if I read out some of the comments that we've had that I'm taking black men away from black women.
yeah. But I don't know why somebody would just come up with that. Like, you're taking black. Have you taken somebody's black man before? No. You
Well,
understand?
I know, but
Yeah.
there's this perception that black men should stay with black women.
Well, that is an old perception. If anybody that any in this modern day and age that somebody's thinking black men should stay with black women, white men
Mm.
should stay with white women, well, you're not living in this world.
Well, I think it comes down to I'm trying to put myself in a different position and trying to take my white person hat off and say perhaps black women feel like the desire is there's this history, isn't there, of white people are the supreme, they're up here. So if black men are choosing white women over black women, what's wrong with black women, isn't it? And I think that's probably where it comes from. So other comments they get up is they bring up slavery. We've had lots of comments. How can you be with her? Her ancestors done this to us.
Yeah, at the end of the day, when it comes to slavery, I've always said it. We should move on from that. I don't want to
Yeah,
be. I don't want to be living in the
we
past.
can't live in the
When it
past.
comes to slavery, yes, whatever has happened, we cannot change it. It has happened. What we need to do is to move on from it. If you're still living in the past, you're still dragging yourself backward. You will never grow. You
Mm,
still have that wicked mentality. Oh, this person did this to me. I need to do this. This person did this.
yeah,
I don't want to live that kind of life. I'm only going to teach my kids about tell them about this is what happened, but you have
mm,
to move on from it.
yeah.
They've abolished it. Like when it
Well,
comes to
they
like
haven't in some places, but it's
yeah,
not that what it was.
yeah. So we have to move on from it. If we don't move on, keep dwelling in the past. How is the world going to be a better place at the end of
Yeah.
the day?
Well, I've always replied to those comments with I am not responsible for what my ancestors did.
Yeah.
And you can't hold what my ancestors did and put that on me because if it was me back then, I wouldn't have been that person.
Yeah, at the end of the day, everybody was involved. Both the black man, both the white man were all involved in the slave
Well,
trade.
the black people were selling the
Yes,
black people.
yes, it was the black man selling the black man to the white man before the white man
It's a
selling.
whole other subject. And
Yeah,
actually, I
selling
wouldn't
the
mind
white.
talking about
Yes,
it.
yeah, selling the black man to the white man. Yes, yeah. So yeah, at the end of the day, everybody's involved. So nobody should just put any blame game. I don't like it.
I would love to talk about slavery though, because when I think back to like when I was younger, the amount of books and research and everything that I did about the slave trade and slavery because I was fascinated by it because I couldn't believe that white people would do this
Hmm.
to black people. So I did so much and read so many books. So I think a whole other subject. Why do black men behave differently to white women?
Yeah,
Well, yeah, another subject. I feel like it's a long one.
yeah,
I've had that I'll end up being a single mum. There's this perception that black men will just give you lots of babies, up and leave.
yeah. Go anywhere in the world. There's no way you will not find single mom. If you like go to
I
hell,
know.
you find single mom.
Did I not meet you as a single mum?
Yeah. So people can say whatever they want to say.
Yeah.
It's just yeah. backward mentality at the end of the day.
Yeah, of course it
Yeah,
is.
anywhere in the world you see single moms,
Yeah.
it's not black men giving white men. They
Also
get
up and leave. They
yeah,
cheat, they up and
yeah,
leave, or
yes,
they
yes,
don't care about the women, or
everywhere.
they're violent to women,
Yeah,
and it just doesn't matter where you're from.
I'm telling you.
But that is the perception.
Yeah, when it comes to interracial couple, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think actually there was a comment not long ago, um, on one of our videos, and they started bringing up the statistics of how many black men were in prison. And I thought, well, I don't know the answer to that, but let me go and research. So I went and researched and came back with the stats, and the majority of the people in prison were white men.
Yeah,
So I was like, so what's your point? Like, I couldn't understand, what point are you trying to make? And then they very quickly shut up after that.
yeah. Some people will just come up with just shit,
Yeah.
just because they want to. They've seen a video, they just want to comment. It's social media. That's why we don't take them serious.
No. And then the other one is, you're using me for a visa.
Yeah,
If you were white, we would never get that comment.
yeah,
So it's literally the only reason why we get that comment is because you're black and I'm white.
yeah,
But if you was white and lived, it's funny. I wonder if you was white but lived in Nigeria.
yeah. There are lots of white people that live in
Because
Nigeria as
let's
well.
just
Yeah,
say there's a white couple living in Nigeria, and they go on to have a baby, and they're born in Nigeria, so they're a Nigerian citizen, isn't it?
yeah.
Now, if they then found love with a white British person, would that be seen as they're wanting a visa?
Yeah,
You probably wouldn't get the same comments. So we
yeah.
get that a lot. And then we get that I'm unwanted by British men, so the black man must want me.
It's
So the
just
black men want the unwanted white women.
yeah. I don't understand where people come with this thought from. You understand?
I
Somebody
don't
can just
know.
so. I would love to check the stats if there is a stat about women like British women, single mom that have been married. I bet there's lots of them, millions of them
Well, I don't.
by British men. Not yeah, you understand?
Yeah.
British single mom that have been married by
But
Brit.
this is maybe where they're coming. They're saying, well, you're unwanted by the British man.
Yeah,
So
that's
the only person who's going to love you is a black man, as if a black man is less than a British man.
mm,
When you start looking at it really deep, you go, well, you're basically saying that the white British man is up here
yeah,
and you're unwanted by us. So you're going to have the black man who's down here,
yeah. Yeah,
which is just so crazy.
people mentality baffles me.
It's backwards. It's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
backwards.
they can say whatever they want to say. At the end of the day, is their opinion.
And so, with that being said, you can say that we have experienced racism.
Yeah, we've experienced racism, but not physically.
We haven't done it face
In
to
face,
face.
yeah,
We've
not
never
yeah,
experienced racism
yeah. But online,
a lot. I mean, the interesting thing though is I feel like the majority of the racism that we receive has been from African Americans.
the African
They're the
Americans women. Yeah,
worst.
oh my God, I don't even want to go there. Like
Because do you remember we posted a video and oh my goodness, the amount of racism we got from African Americans
yeah,
was
yeah. I used to think white people were racist, but when I see the racism from African Americans, oh my
mm,
God, like for me being with you, a white man, a black man
mm,
being with a white man, like it, like I won't say it's a taboo, like the hatred, like it's not
mm.
even racism, it's just hatred.
There is a
I don't
hatred.
know where it's coming from. Like, is it racist? Is it hatred? Like, is it jealousy thing?
I don't
I can't
know.
pinpoint which one, but like I saw it. I really saw it, and I saw it hard.
Mm,
Like they were
mm.
just coming from left, right,
I
center.
think it really shocked us, didn't it?
Yeah,
Because we
like
didn't, I think it was on one of the videos of Luna.
yeah,
So it really did shock us just how much hate there was, and we thought, oh wow, like
yeah.
this is like
Yeah,
big.
for some reason that video was pushed to the Americans. That video did like
Yeah, I think it's
3 million
yeah, I
on
think so.
TikTok, about
Yeah,
3 million views, and the amount of hatred we got from seeing our beautiful Luna, it was just eye opening. At least
yeah.
when if I yeah yeah. But the
I
good thing is that we've got some Americans, Black Americans women that love us. So
yeah,
yeah, so maybe it's just a
a
minority.
minority.
Yeah,
Well, I think that comes back. I think we should do a whole episode about racism, but I think it comes back to that backward mentality and
yeah,
holding on to
yeah,
history. Um, how in terms of how we deal with those comments, I think previously, where comments did used to bother us a little bit, we
Yeah,
would respond to them, wouldn't we?
yeah,
And now I think we probably ignore them.
yeah,
Do I think that's the right thing to do? I don't know, because there's a part of me that thinks I don't want to be seen to giving them attention.
yeah. I think there was a particular time where we were really educating them
Yeah.
instead of just looking at the comment and just we try to educate them and
Mm,
just yes, yes. When sometimes when they don't, we educate them to a point where they just stop commenting.
mm. But I
Yeah,
always there was a part of me when we were doing that that I thought, I really hope when that person goes to sleep tonight and they're laying in bed that they think about that conversation
yeah.
or that comment.
They do think about it
But I
because
wonder
yeah,
if it ever changes, starts to trigger that change of
I
perception.
think it probably does. If not, they will still come back. We
Mm,
don't block them. We stop blocking them at the
no.
point. If not, they
Yeah.
will come. They will come back and be commenting and be for the fact that they've
Mm,
stopped commenting. It means something has a change has happened. They're
yeah.
beginning to think things through. Okay, okay, maybe yeah. You understand? Anybody that has an open mind will always see the truth.
Mm,
If your mind is blocked, you will never see. You will never see the light. If you have an
yeah.
open mind, you always see the light. That's what I believe.
Do you think we should start educating again? It's so hard because I don't want to be seen to be that person of responding to negative comments, but equally, if we don't say something, are we compliant in it, in allowing it?
At the end of the day, we've got lots on our hand. If we've
Yeah,
got
it's
time, we
true.
will. We're busy. We're very, very busy. We've got lots of
Yeah, we've
things
got
to
a
do.
lot of kids, a lot of
Yeah,
things going
yeah,
on.
yeah. So yeah,
So,
so we're very busy. So if we have time, we will. But if we don't have time, yeah, we move on.
yeah. So, one of the other questions that was asked, and I expect this is the case for a lot of interracial couples, do we get stared at?
Yeah, not not in the UK. Yeah, not really.
We've only been stared at once,
Yeah,
and that was when we was coming out of Aldi, wasn't it? And we was wearing matching NASA
I think
tops.
there was a time we were wearing lots of
Matching.
matching tops. Yeah, so people used to just, what are these people doing? Like who are these people? Like
Because you don't
even
see
in the car, yeah,
people.
when we were driving, like
Yeah.
I was saying, those people are looking at us here. But I
Yeah.
don't think it's because we're
Black and white and
yeah, it's because
interracial.
where they were
Matchy
matching.
matchy.
Yeah, yeah,
And also, we don't know who recognises us from TikTok and who doesn't,
yeah,
because as we've grown, more and more people come and say to us, "Oh, we saw you in this place," or "Oh, we saw you there," or they do come up to us and say, "Are you Dammy and Laura?" Blah blah blah. So I think it's more that rather than because we're in an interracial couple.
yeah,
But I know that other people do get stared at. Maybe it depends on where they live. Maybe if there's a minority of interracial couples or black people in the area, people may stare more
yeah,
and be
absolutely.
like, okay, like, what's this going on?
Yeah.
Is it right? Absolutely no, it's not right, is it?
Mhm.
But
Yeah, I think when you were in because people were staring at you because yeah, people were sometimes people know me. Some of the people that were probably staring, they know okay, is with the
who's
white
this
man.
white
Yeah, who
woman?
is this white man? Where she come from? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're just staring. Yeah. So it's not every day you see a young man
Yeah.
like me walking on the street of Ivory Coast with the white man, is it?
With a
No.
young white woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I did feel it in Ivory Coast being stared at. But again, we was wearing matching tops sometimes,
Yeah.
and could it be that also?
The thing is that at the end of the day, in Ivory Coast is much better because they are mixed as well. There are lots of
Mm,
nationalities in Ivory Coast. But I think if we were to go to Nigeria, the staring will be more.
do you think?
Yeah, especially when we're walking on the street. I believe when we go to the market, and if me was to go to the market, I think the market women will love you. They will come
Mm,
close to you. Yeah, they will even touch you. Yeah, but at the end of
touch me?
yeah,
Why touch?
yeah, they just want to like yeah.
Is that a cultural, like,
It's not a
are they
cultural
touchy
thing, but they
touchy?
will love you. That's how they yeah they will love you.
Was that I really don't like people touching
Yeah,
me?
yeah, but they will love it. But yeah, I don't trust anybody.
Well, yeah, I think I'd be like, why are you touching me?
Yeah,
I think that brings me on to, so then am I seen as like a trophy wife? Like, because you're with a white woman, is it seen as like I'm a trophy?
I wouldn't use that word trophy because I don't. It has never. It has. It's a word that has never white women trophy. That's never
Mm,
come into my head. But I do get messages a lot on TikTok on yeah on my personal can you find me a white wife? Like, can you find me a white wife? I don't know.
Mm.
Can you
Find
find
me a
me a
beautiful woman
beautiful
like
your
yours.
wife?
Find me a
Like,
wife like yours.
I don't have a warehouse where I'm
Yeah.
sharing white women.
Mm.
Like, I don't understand where that mentality come from.
But
Like,
what I'm saying is, do you think those who are asking those questions see it as you because you've got a white
okay,
woman, you're
okay,
like,
yeah, okay. This is what I know of. This is the
mm,
mentality. They think that just because I'm with a white woman, I'm already rich.
mm,
I'm made. So if they
yeah,
have a white woman as well, they'll be made. That's so many Nigerians say it.
is it?
Yeah, so many
Yeah.
Nigerian men see it. Even women see it as well.
Mm.
Like, yeah, he's with
What
a
black
white woman. Yeah,
women?
black woman is with a white woman. Oh, it's rich.
Yeah,
He's got money. That's the mentality thing. I
yeah.
won't, maybe it's a culture thing. Maybe it's a mentality thing. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. So yeah, that's the way they see. That's why they think, oh, he's with a white woman. He's getting money. His life is okay.
mm,
Yeah, he's operating on another level. So that's why
yeah,
they'll say, oh, bro, find me a white wife.
yeah. They think you're doing
You
well if
think
you've
I'm
got a
yeah, yeah,
white
yeah, they
wife.
think you're doing well. I think that is the mentality,
Yeah.
not about trophy, like, yeah.
Yeah, but I suppose
Mm,
it I mean trophies in
mm,
like you've done
mm.
well. You know, like people want that. It's
Is that there's so many Nigerian men that have gotten white men and they've messed it up. So yeah,
mm,
you understand? If yeah, yeah, and they fucked it up. Yeah. So yeah, I won't say, like, I won't use the word trophy.
mm,
You understand what I mean?
yeah,
But they look at the finances and
yeah,
look at where you are from where you were before you are in the UK. I was in Nigeria
mm,
before Ivory Coast. Now I'm in the UK. You understand? Yeah. Somebody in the UK, they always think, oh, money,
yeah.
more money.
And I always I'm only gonna touch on it slightly because I was having this conversation with you the other day about those who have mixed race children, for example, their child is half British, half Nigerian. We start to see terms like Niger boy, Niger princess. And I said to you, I would never ever call our children those terms because I feel like I'm taking away their British side from them. It's like I don't want to use the word trophy again, but is it like seen as a
I don't
I've got
understand
like a
why people do
Niger,
it.
a Niger, a
I don't.
Niger child. I'm
Yeah,
going to show
yeah,
off. I've got like a
yeah.
Niger.
I don't understand why people do it.
I find it
The
really
child is
interesting.
mixed race. The child is gonna be mixed race all the time. The child
Mm,
is half British, if it
half
is half
Nigerian.
Nigerian. So why are you calling the child Nigerian queen? If you get if a mixed race
Yeah.
girl, you're calling the child Nigerian. For me, it doesn't make sense. I don't know why they do it.
Well, it doesn't make
Okay,
sense to
because
me.
the British people don't do my British queen. Do they call
No,
the mixed race child my
no.
British queen or my British king? It doesn't make sense to me. For me, to me personally, people might think otherwise, but for me, I will never call Luna or Irisa my Nigerian queen. Are
Mm,
they Nigerian? They're half Nigerian, they're half British. So why would I
yeah,
just call them my Nigerian queen?
yeah.
For me, it's just hypocritical.
Well, I almost feel like this is going to be a different topic because it almost also plays into that when a white woman is with a Nigerian man,
Yeah,
we see white women go into Nigerian tendencies in terms of their clothing, the way they speak, the way they act, the way they start cooking. They become Nigerian.
yeah. At the end
And I
of
think that's a whole other subject
yeah,
because
at the end of the
it's
day, is the truth. I like to speak the truth, whether you
yeah.
like it or not. This is
Yeah, we
our
may lose
podcast.
followers for this one.
Yeah, we're gonna say the truth. There is nothing wrong in doing that at the end of the day.
Mm. Look,
But
we're not saying it's a bad
yeah,
thing. It's just not us.
it's not a bad thing, but I don't expect you to behave like a Nigerian. You're not a Nigerian.
Well, I've always said
Yeah,
to you, don't ever, I
yeah,
mean, you've never asked me, but I've always said to you equally, don't expect me
yeah,
to because you got with a British woman,
yeah,
so expect me to be British.
yeah,
Oh, if you want, I think I've said to you before, if you want a
mm,
Nigerian woman, go and
mm,
get with a Nigerian
yeah,
woman.
yeah. Like, why would I expect you to be like a Nigerian?
Mm.
No, never.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, you never have. You never have.
yeah. So yeah, for me, that's my mentality.
I want to do a whole episode about it because there's a part of me that finds it really fascinating.
Yeah, I don't know where it's coming from. Is it the men that are trying to turn the women to? Even I see some Nigerian men, their wife knows how to speak the language. It's a
Yeah,
good thing. There's nothing wrong with that.
there's
Is it
nothing
the
wrong with
men
it.
that is putting it on them, or the women willingly pick it up?
Well, I almost,
Okay, teach me, I want to learn.
but I think there's an element of maybe, you know what I'm saying? Am I seen as a trophy? To those women, maybe they, not that I'm not proud that you're my husband. I suppose there's an, I don't care that you're Nigerian.
Mm.
I don't know if that comes across as offensive or not.
No, you see me as any other human being, not because I'm
Yeah,
from Nigeria.
I
You don't
don't.
love me because I'm a Nigerian, do
No,
you? Yeah,
I don't. I genuinely don't. I
yeah,
love you because of who you are.
yeah,
And but I wonder if there's that element of those white women are proud that their husband is a Nigerian. Do you understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
So they want to bring all that Nigerian culture into them. But sometimes I think they lose themselves, and I have seen them, and I've seen
yeah.
lives, and I've
Like
had to just come off of them, haven't I? Not anybody that we know
we've
personally.
been together for how
Mm.
many years now? Tell me how many pigeon you know.
Only the ones that we do accent challenges, and even then, I don't remember all of
Yeah,
them.
you can't even remember all of them.
No.
Yeah, what is Afa?
Um, isn't it?
Yeah, so
Don't
you
put me on
see,
the spot. It's how are you? No.
yes, you only
There we go.
understand few. You only understand few.
Yeah.
It means I'm not interested in teaching you
No, you
pigeon. If you want
don't.
to learn, you learn. I'm not going to say, oh, you must learn pigeon or start
No.
teaching pigeon to Luna. If she get to a stage, I'll start telling her, okay, this is if one day you go to Nigeria, so you can understand. The reason why I probably want you to know as well, so that when you if you go to Nigeria, you can walk to a shop and buy something and speak pigeon with them.
Yeah.
Even if you speak English, you understand, but it would be nice just for you to
To
speak pigeon.
speak a little bit of
And
pigeon.
they see
Yeah,
they
I
find it
agree.
funny as well and just
Yeah.
laugh. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I can't.
Mm.
I can't do the accent. And it grates on me when people say, well, if you try to do it in the accent, well, I'm British. I'm not going to do it in the accent. But it's a whole other episode.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, what was your family and friends' reaction hearing that you're dating a black man? Like, yeah, you're with a black man,
It
a
made
Nigerian, not a black man like a Nigerian.
it made me nervous
Why?
because there's a perception, isn't there? Everything always comes down to perception.
Yeah,
One, you're black. Two, you're Nigerian. What is the perception of Nigerians? They're scammers. So I had that element to battle against. And you're black, and you're the first black man I've ever been with. I already have two white kids. I have that element of I'm the only person in my family who has been with somebody outside of their race. So it's like, what are my family
yeah.
gonna say?
Breaking boundaries.
I am, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm going, do you know what? No, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I don't care what people think. So I mean, we've spoken about it in the long distance relationship one. My dad took a few months to come round to it.
yeah,
I think he's an old school British man who is humorous,
yeah. And you
but he's not
can,
hateful.
yeah, I can't blame for that. He's a sweet man. Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Yeah, you've never you've
Mm-mm.
never felt like he's been racist to
No.
you, or you two have a laugh and
Yeah, he's always
you get on.
encouraging me. He's always talking to me. Yeah, he's always
Yeah.
having a go at me. So yeah,
He doesn't
I'm
have a
fine
go
with
at
it.
you.
Yeah,
He just winds you
yeah, I know.
up.
No, oh yeah, wind me up. So I'm fine with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he's a very good man. Yeah,
But for me, like, I think I got to that stage of, if I look back to when I was a teenager, all my posters, which I think I've said before, were all black men.
yeah, Will Smith, your crush.
I did meet Will Smith. I did like Will Smith, but there was lots of others as well.
No, who are the others? I want to know. Black men, you're
You want to
crunching on
know?
black men, black
Yes, I
celebrities.
did.
Start naming them
I'm
now.
not naming them.
Oh, you don't want to name
I'm
them?
not naming
Okay,
them.
but
I'm not naming.
I know of Will Smith.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say he's my favourite. I just
Yeah,
liked his movies.
yeah,
But then if I think about that, all the music that I listened to, all the things that I were interested
yeah.
in.
Cisco.
No, I didn't like Cisco.
Why?
You liked Cisco. Cisco wasn't my favourite.
Why?
I don't know. I just found him. I don't know. There was just something
It was
about.
just too much.
Maybe it was just too much, and I didn't like his hair.
Yeah, okay.
And so I did. I never listened to Cisco.
Okay.
No,
I just
you
like
love
it. I
Cisco.
just like I
That's why you want to
didn't
wear the denim jacket to be like Cisco.
no
You even want
no
to dye
no
your hair.
no. I just like Cisco's music, Drew Hill and his voice and everything.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
liked Drew Hill
yeah,
and that,
yeah.
but it wasn't my
No,
favourite.
it wasn't my favorite, but I will play Cisco anytime. Like if you want to talk about like the group, I used to like group because I was in a group.
Yeah.
So I think that is where I like Cisco because he was in a group. And that group is still intact. You understand? No
Yeah.
matter what, whatever they've gone through and all that, even if they are no longer like famous as they
Yeah.
used to be in those days, but they're still together. So I used to be like in a group. I was saying,
Like, I
ah.
did listen, like,
Yeah,
if it was on the playlist, I think my dad listens to all R&B, hip
yeah,
hop, rap. So that's what I grew up listening to. So I was very much listening to Boys to Men, Keith Sweat,
yeah,
Tupac, DMX. That was all my favourite music. And
yeah,
that's what I would have on repeat. So that's what I was attracted to.
yeah,
That's what I liked. So I had that. I'm attracted to black men, but I don't know what people will say because we're talking what, 20, 20 years ago?
yeah,
We are literally talking like 20 years ago,
yeah,
and a lot's changed since 20 years ago.
yeah,
And even when I think, when I was in my little love triangle with a black man and a white man, I picked the white man because I don't know what people are going to say if I get with the black man.
yeah,
Do you understand? So you could almost say I wasn't with the people or the person that I wanted to be with until I met you. When
yeah,
I turned around and said, no, if I want to be my authentic self, that is with who I'm attracted to, which is
yeah,
black men.
yeah,
And when I think I didn't even listen to all my favourite music for God knows how many years. And then when we started talking and you're talking about me, I'm like, oh my God, I remember this song. I remember that song.
yeah,
And you're making me playlists and taking me all the way back to my teenage years.
yeah,
So it was like a chance that I finally got to authentically be myself and go, fuck you to my family and friends. So I just don't care what they thought or what they had to say.
yeah,
Like genuinely, that's just where my headspace was and still is.
yeah,
Not that they're
absolutely.
racist or that they care. I think they're all really happy to see that you and I are happy.
Yeah,
So as we're talking about like friends and family, and obviously you've come here, do you ever feel out of place? Because all my family is, well, I don't have a big family, but my little family that I do have is all white. The people that you're surrounded with are pretty much all white. There's maybe a few that aren't. Do you ever think, do you ever feel out of place that you are surrounded by lots of white people?
yeah.
Do you ever actually think about
No,
it or
no.
feel it
At the
or
end of the
just
day, I would say no, because to be fair, I've been really blessed to find myself in an environment where the people I've got to know, the white people that are around that I've met, most of them, I would say 99% of them are really, really very friendly.
yeah.
And I've got to learn the British culture from them.
Mm,
You understand? I've got to learn so many things from them, like yeah, how British people communicate, how they live, how they do things, even sometimes even their footy. I grew up not knowing what dessert is. Case about dessert. In fact, I come here and when I go to
you didn't
restaurants
know
with
what dessert
my
was?
friend, I'm telling you, like you're talking about to eat dessert, you're talking about pudding.
Pudding?
I don't see. I grew up not caring about all. I'm saying it. People call me local or whatever I want to call me. I don't care.
Mm,
That is the way I grew up. There are so
yeah.
many millions of people that grew up and billions all over the world that grew up not knowing what dessert, what pudding is. All we
Yeah.
care is it lunch? Is it breakfast? Is it dinner? That's all we ever care about.
Mm,
And me, I'm somebody that food wasn't my thing, so
yeah.
probably wouldn't even. You understand what I mean? So
Yeah.
what I'm saying that I've been very fortunate to find myself in a very good environment, and I've
Mm,
met really good, kind-hearted people. So yeah, so I wouldn't say I'm out of place. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm out of place. I wouldn't say when I'm around them, oh, I'm out. No, I'm not out of place because yeah, I've learned a lot from them. They've learned a bit from me as well,
Yeah,
and
of
learned a lot
course.
from them.
So what about though, because I think when I think about like our differences,
Yeah,
because I don't really feel that we do have any differences in our
yeah,
relationship from an interracial perspective, but food, if we was going to like a cafe that
mm,
sells British food,
yeah.
if everybody was eating and you wasn't eating, would you feel out of place? Because you don't necessarily like the food. It's not a bad thing. It's just your preference is you don't
I
like
will look
that
for
food.
something I can eat or drink. If
Mm,
everybody's eating, I can just take cook and eat a chip,
yeah.
just not to feel out of place. If that
But
is the way it is,
would you even feel that?
it wouldn't bother me because if
Mm,
food doesn't entice me, so I wouldn't feel bad.
yeah.
You understand what I mean? Even when I used to go to like friends in and all that, yeah, they understand. So they
Yeah.
send the menu earlier for me so that I can pick what I want. So that you
Yeah.
understand. Because if I was to go there and start looking at the menu, I wouldn't know. So I have to show you so that
Yeah.
you tell me what this is, what it is, what is this. Yeah, yeah. You understand?
Yeah,
I'm not
sometimes I
used
have
to.
had to help you with the menu.
Yes, I'm not used to that kind of life. So I think when it comes to only, I think the food.
Mm.
That is to be the only maybe place, or maybe
I
just
think
a
it's the
little. Yeah,
biggest difference that we do have,
yeah,
and we do, even going out to eat,
yeah.
we I always feel like we can't just go down to a British pub or whatever because it's definitely always in the back of my mind. I need to have something that he can eat. You know what I'm like. I can't eat if my husband and my children don't have something to eat. I'm a bit
No,
like,
they don't have
please,
something to eat. Their food is
you need
getting.
to eat.
See, once I know that the kids have something to eat, I want to eat my food. I don't. The
I
kids
know,
always
but
eat. Yeah,
what I'm saying to you is
yeah,
if we're going out to a restaurant or somewhere, I'm thinking, what is something that we can both eat? Isn't it? And we don't even really go to Nigerian restaurants because you're also conscious that I can't eat a lot of spice.
yeah.
And all the Nigerian restaurants we've been to,
It's spicy.
bloody
Yeah, it's always
spicy.
spicy. I
Too
don't know. I don't.
spicy.
Maybe when we're going there, maybe they will just do some that are not spicy
Please,
because yeah.
Nigerian restaurants cater to your white your
Yeah,
white
but the thing is
people.
that some white British love
They
spice.
do. They do love spice.
They love
They do
spice, so
love
yeah, so that's
spice.
why they do this. But yeah, but some is just too much.
It
Like
is.
for you, you're still learning spice, so you cannot have any spice that is over the top.
No, I can't because I've gone through phases of I was building up spice, then I was pregnant, just didn't want any spice, and now I'm having to rebuild it all back up, aren't I?
Yeah, but to be fair to you, when you cook, you put spice, so which
I
is good.
have. Even
Yeah,
in my bolognese,
yeah,
imagine.
yeah. You're
I used
coming
to
up.
never have any spice in the bolognese, and now I do add a little bit of pepper, don't I?
Yeah, I think you should start having chili.
Chili?
Yeah, chili. You start using chili to cook. It's good for it
What do you mean
makes
chili?
chili pepper. That
What,
one I was
fresh?
growing, yeah, fresh. Start
Yeah.
slicing it one, two, and be putting in your
Mm,
bolognese. It's good. It's also good for bolognese as well. The
yeah.
Italians do use it. They don't joke with it in their
Do
in their
they?
bolognese. Yeah, start building it from there. That's
Ah.
how you can because fresh pepper are more hotter than dried pepper.
Oh,
Yeah, so
okay.
that's where you that's how you
Well, I don't know. When you've used them Scotch bonnet peppers, bloody hell, they're so hot.
that's why it's
Only a little
fresh, isn't
bit.
it? Yeah, it's fresh pepper.
Yeah.
So you have to build it from there. So a little bit, it will build up. But if you want it to build, you almost have to go for the for if you want it quicker, go
Mm,
for like normal spicy food that
yeah.
it's not over the top, but normal. Then build it from there.
Yeah. I mean, I think you've taught me how to season my meat, how to, with my fish and everything. I mean, to think that I never even used to eat fresh fish until,
I don't understand how you people can eat fish plain. I will vomit like 350,000 times if I was to
yeah,
eat
like if I
fish
have fish
plain.
and chips, you're
Oh
just
my god!
like,
Like sometimes when you open the fish, it's all white. We don't eat white fish, please. We will fry that fish until it's brown.
I mean, yeah, you have taught me though how to season
Yeah,
and things that I wouldn't imagine, like salt. I'm awful for salt. I don't put salt on barely anything, do I? And you're like, add salt, add salt.
yeah. Like salt is the taste of it.
I think
See,
I have an issue.
mm,
I don't know if it's because of my sense of smell. I have an issue differentiating, don't I?
mm,
My my taste buds almost. Sometimes I have to say to you, what is this lacking? What is this missing? And then you'll taste it and you'll tell me.
yeah.
I find that quite hard. So one of the questions somebody asked is, do I cook your cultural food? Which is another really interesting
Mm,
one because
yeah.
there's this expectation that
Expectation, yeah.
I should cook
Good
your
food,
food.
yeah.
Well, why?
Yeah.
You should cook my food too,
Yeah,
shouldn't it?
yeah, yeah,
My British
yeah.
food, if that's how
I
we want
don't,
to
I
be.
don't expect you to cook my food.
No, you
Yeah,
don't.
because for me, I've always said it. I don't like cooking.
No,
Cooking
neither of
is
us
not
like
my. I
cooking.
don't like cooking. If I have money, is one thing I would do to get the best. If I have the money, to get the best chef and cook me
Yeah,
the best of food because I like good food. I don't like much food, but when I want to eat good food.
yeah,
Yeah, so I don't expect you to cook my food. Like you've learned how to cook so many things on your own that you've just been
mm.
looking at me. I've not necessarily say, oh, you must learn this, you must learn how to cook, you must learn this, you must
If
learn
you're
that.
if you're in the
You've like now,
kitchen,
you've learned how to steam meat. If I was to cook
yeah,
something, you go and steam the meat.
yeah,
Once you finish steam the meat, so it's just like we're just sharing the work so that it's
yeah.
easy for the
I've
both of
tried
us,
to
isn't it?
come into the kitchen
Mm,
to see what you're doing. Okay, and I look like, okay, what can I do? What can I pick up? Because I know that when you're cooking, sometimes it takes so long,
yeah,
and I don't want you in the kitchen for hours and hours because
yeah,
I know you don't like cooking. So I try and learn some things. So, like, okay, if I can steam the meat, that takes that off of you because you might be sorting out the fish because I don't like touching fresh fish and things. But I've learnt to do like the jollof spaghetti and what else do I cook?
Yeah.
Jollof spaghetti.
Yeah, I think that's what you've learned. But yeah, maybe
I've mastered that
yeah,
one now,
maybe you
haven't
need to
I?
learn how to cook egusi. I, I
Yeah, because I'm
I think
enjoying a
I'm going to show
goosey.
you an easy way to cook egusi. There are
Yeah,
different. The good thing with egusi, there is no perfect way you can cook egusi.
yeah.
There's
Well, I
different
don't know. I
times.
did that video of me stirring the goosey and the
Don't
Nigerians are like, what's she doing?
worry, I'm going to teach you again of like a very easy way of doing egusi.
Yeah,
Maybe next time. Yeah, a very easy way of doing it is easy. You just steam your meat, put everything inside the pot,
yeah,
let it boil, blend the egusi and whatever thing is inside
yeah.
the blender, pour it, cover it a bit, you bring it out, stir it, put your leaf, and just you're done.
Yeah, maybe you can show me how
Yeah.
to do that. And I'll do you some Indomie noodles and that every now and then when I
Yeah.
but I like I like the fact and respect the fact that you don't sit there expecting me to
Again,
know.
I have a lot that I'm thinking in my head. I don't have time to be sitting or thinking that, oh, you must cook for me, you must cook my Nigerian food for me. That is, if I'm thinking that in my head, then I'm a lunatic.
Yeah,
It's not right thinking. You
yeah,
understand? You've not cooked all those food. You understand what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, exactly. And
In your
also,
life
I
before,
don't like all
because
of
we're
that food
married, I will not
either.
be expecting you to know. If you're married to a
Yeah,
Nigerian man and the man expects you to cook this food, to cook that, I don't like that.
yeah, I don't like it
Yeah,
either.
because it's something is yeah, even some people
It's fine if
yeah
he's cooking British food for
food.
her as well. Then I think it's fine because you're going, okay, do you know what? I'm going to cook as a goosey one night.
Yeah, for me,
And he might be like, I'm going to cook a roast
I
the
don't
other
like
day.
cooking. So thinking I'm
Yeah.
going to learn cooking British food, see that has never even come in my head because
The thing
I don't even like
is,
cooking my food that I'm cooking. I'm not be thinking of cooking British food.
but the thing is, you don't even like British food.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, isn't it?
And in the same way that I don't like all of your soups, like I don't like okra. I can't eat that draw.
Mm.
So you would never
If you
expect me to
test it,
cook
you will
it.
like it.
Babe,
Though.
I
Like
can't.
if you test okra soup, you will love it.
I know, but I
Proper
think,
okra, not all this bang bang one. Proper okra, you will love it.
but you know that I've got issues with textures of stuff. So
But yeah, yeah, I think you almost have to overcome. You almost
I have a real
look
sensory
beyond.
issue
Yeah,
around
yeah,
food.
look beyond the texture.
Yeah.
Try okra and ogbono. Ogbono, I'm not too fond of ogbono, but okra I don't
Mm,
mind. The thing is that okra ogbono is something I used to eat as an adult. When my
yeah.
mom used to cook it, I hated it. I don't. Yeah, if I've been forced with food all my life,
You've been too fussy with your
I only
food.
started cooking more okra soup. In fact, let me tell you this: the amount of okra soup I've cooked since I came to the UK is more than the okra soup I've cooked all my own
No,
life. I'm
stop.
telling you.
With the fake okra.
Yeah, with the fake okra.
It's funny, isn't
Yeah,
it?
in Nigeria, I can. Have I ever cooked okra soup before? No, I have requested maybe once or twice. That's the only time I can remember I've cooked okra soup. Yeah, so but in the
Oh
UK,
wow.
every 2 weeks I was cooking okra soup. There
Yeah,
was a
you was going
time.
through a phase of cooking a
Yeah,
lot of
okra
okra
soup. Yeah.
soup.
When it comes to our relationship, people need to understand that is we love each other beyond race,
Mm,
culture, and the color of our skin.
yeah.
We don't expect anything from each other.
No.
All we do is just love each other and just
Yeah.
take it day by day and just grow in love together. That's what we do.
Yeah.
We don't I don't expect you to do this or to do that or to do this. Yeah, if I'm not in the mood to do anything, you know I'm not in the mood to do
Yeah.
anything. You don't bother me. You go and do whatever I want. When I'm in the mood, I go and just crack on. You
Yeah.
know me, when I'm in the mood, when I start, I don't stop
Yeah,
until
that's it.
see everywhere is silk.
And I'm
And
the
yeah,
same. If
yeah,
I'm in the
yeah,
mood, then I'll go off and do whatever.
yeah,
I think it's a case of we've got so much in common, share so many of the same interests, and
yeah,
are so connected that we've just never cared about
yeah,
our culture. Like, I
yeah,
don't care that you're
yeah,
Nigerian. I don't
yeah,
think you
yeah,
care that I'm
yeah,
British.
yeah,
I don't.
yeah,
I don't care that you're black. I don't sit there going, "Oh, I'm with a black man. I'm with a black man."
yeah,
Like, it's just not. I just feel more connected to you.
yeah.
I don't know if other interracial couples would feel like that. I think, like, although this has been the most requested, we've found this
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 topic
topic
the most challenging
for us to
because
talk about
yeah
in a weird
because
way.
most of the things that we've written up is something we don't even we
We've never thought
just
about
about
before. We
yeah
had to sit down
yeah
and really think about this one. And it's
yeah
why I also had to ask our Instagram followers, do you have questions about us being in an interracial relationship?
yeah
Because it's like I almost need somebody to ask me a question to make me think because I don't ever sit and really think about it
yeah
or feel bothered by
Yeah,
anything.
but at the end of the day, we've got lots of things we're thinking about on this in this life. We'll not be thinking, oh, we're interracial couple. What are the things are we gonna do? What are the things are we not going we're not gonna do because we're
Yeah.
interracial? Unnecessary things.
Yeah. I don't even think we can sit there and say that we could not lead, but that we can be influencing to
Mm.
other interracial
Interracial
couples,
couple,
because
yeah,
I've never seen that as like a target audience in some weird way.
yeah, you
It's only
understand?
been recently that I've even been adding the hashtag interracial relationship, interracial couples,
Yeah,
because it's almost been that's not ever been our focus, is it?
yeah,
It's always been a long distance relationship and
yeah,
now we're together.
like an ambassador for interracial couple. You're
I
the
don't think
couple
we could
saying
be
this
it
is
because
yeah,
I almost weirdly don't feel like we even sometimes have enough experience
yeah,
to we've not been stared at. We've not had, we've not don't have these expectations from us.
yeah,
We don't experience the racism face to face. So it was a weird one because I felt like, who are we to talk about interracial relationships?
yeah. Well, we have
Isn't
to
it?
because
But we have to because it's been asked of and we are in one and that is the
yeah,
reality of it.
yeah,
But I just don't think that we see ourselves in that way. It's very much
yeah,
we're just Dammy and Laura and we love each other.
yeah. That's it.
And that is it. With that being said about how we don't really look at each other as like we're black and white, we've obviously got mixed race children. Do we feel like we have to represent both of our cultures um, evenly, so 50-50, to Luna and Irissa?
Yeah, for me, in what constitution that say that oh we must represent our this there is expectation again from
Yeah,
interracial couples.
yeah,
They're expecting us to do this. And there's somebody like yeah. Some people in my family say, "Oh, you're teaching your daughter language. You're teaching her
yeah.
that." See, I do not. When it comes to me, I do not give a shit.
You don't care, do
She's
you?
born. She's in the UK. She will learn English.
Mm,
If one day she grows up,
mm,
she goes to Nigeria. If she wants to learn the language, she learn like me that grew up in Nigeria. I don't know my personal like my language. I don't know it very well.
yeah.
And you're not you understand what I mean.
You
My
expect her
parents
to.
that were very cultured didn't culture me in my language. And you're telling me that is in the UK now to start
Mm,
culturing my. There's this there's this word they always use. They always pain me Nigerians and
mm.
their mentality that make the picking no loss.
What does that mean?
It means if you don't teach them the culture and the language, they will never come back home.
Mm,
Like they've gone, they've been lost forever.
yeah.
They've lost their
Well,
roots. That is what that statement means.
mm,
But that is a lie. There's so many Nigerians, mixed race kids, whatever that are going back. Even white
yeah.
people that are not even Nigerian are going back to live in Nigeria,
Mm,
learning the culture. So anybody that wants to go back at the end of the day, they'll go back.
yeah.
The woman, Kemi, whatever is her name, the British whatever speaker or whatever, I don't know. She's holding a big position. She's from Yoruba. She's Yoruba
Yeah.
in Lagos. That was staying in Nigeria, whatever. I'm not going to talk
Mm,
about that. Yeah, but she's been going back
yeah.
agency. She's been going back because she's from Nigeria. Why
Yeah.
didn't she just stay in the UK and just say fuck it? I'm never going back to Nigeria.
Well, I think what the difference is when we do talk about Nigeria to our children, it should be trying more to focus on the positives,
Yeah,
isn't it, rather than the negatives? Obviously, make them aware of the things that do happen there, but equally happens in the UK as
yeah, that's
well,
what I'm going to.
preparing them for what life is like around the whole world.
Yeah, what I owe to my kids is to teach them how to become a better person day to
Mm,
day, not to start teaching them. If I know my language, maybe I would have probably maybe teach them one or two. But I
yeah,
don't know, so I can't start teaching language or that I don't know. When
yeah,
it comes to culture, I was born in the city. I grew up in the
yeah,
city. So what culture are you talking about?
yeah,
City life is city life, the same everywhere.
yeah. And even foods, I suppose it comes back to, I think because we don't make a big thing about things. Like when I think about, I'm going to go back to food because I feel like food is such a big thing. We haven't ever sat down and gone to Luna, oh, you must sit and try this Nigerian food. When I think, Oliver, you just cook and you're like, do you want to try this? Isn't it? And so Luna will try it, Oliver will try it, sometimes Lily Grace will try it. And we don't sit there and make them feel like you must be eating this or you must like this because this is half of you. Do you understand what I mean? Like we don't ever put that pressure on them. But I do feel like outside society does put this pressure more so from the African perspective, not the
Yeah,
British
yeah,
perspective. It comes from the
yeah,
African.
they do expect lots from you to do
But
this,
does
to do
that?
that.
But does that come back to the whole subject? I suppose of there's this worry that mixed race children will eradicate black people one day. So if we're not teaching them the history, the cultures, everything, your heritage will get lost.
If you like, teach them everything you want to teach them.
Mm,
If they don't want to identify, they will never identify. Dele Ali,
wow,
let me
that
give
is
you an
true.
example. Dele Ali, footballer, a renowned Tottenham
Mm,
ex-footballer, and plays for Everton. Now he's gone to another club. He was partly Nigerian. He was taken to Nigeria
mm,
and stayed for a number of years. Came back, and when he became famous as a footballer, when it's time to choose national, he didn't give a shit about Nigeria. There are lots of them. He played for England.
yeah,
He
yeah.
represented England. I didn't give a shit about Nigeria. So all those culture they taught him and everything,
Mm,
yeah, it all that went to the bin.
yeah,
You understand what I mean? So what's the point?
yeah.
You might teach them everything. If they do not want to give it, if they don't give a shit when they grow up, they will never give a
Mm,
shit.
yeah. I mean, I think it's more. It's important just to teach them about a little bit of history about
Yeah,
both,
why
like the
not? Yeah,
real
yeah, the
truth,
real truth.
not
Yeah,
what
you
we're
will tell
taught
them
in
about the country.
schools.
If you go back, you tell them, you
Yeah,
show them things about the country and all that. They know things about
yeah.
where that way. One day, if they want to go back, they can go back. But that
Mm,
mentality, the reason why they say, "Oh, teach them culture, teach them this, teach them that, teach them this," that mentality is they're gonna lose. They're gonna
mm,
disappear. They're gonna be gone.
yeah.
Maybe okay. They always feel if something was to happen to me, maybe if I was to die, they feel
Mm,
that these kids will never come to Nigeria. That is not the case.
yeah,
When they grow up, they will ask questions. They will want
yeah,
to look for their grandparents. They will have to look for their
yeah. Of
cousins. Oh, I've got
course.
cousins in Nigeria. They want to look for their nephews. Oh, I've got nephews in
Yeah,
Nigeria. That's the way it is, and that's the way it has been for a long
yeah.
time.
I
People should
don't.
stop worrying.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't feel like we ever sit there worrying. Are we representing both cultures?
See,
And we literally are just bringing up all four of these children in this household the same,
yeah,
aren't we?
yeah,
We're teaching them the same things. We're enjoying the same things. You know, sometimes you'll say words in pidgin and, or you'll do things and there's none of this. You must learn. All the kids, like we literally, all of four of our kids are treated the same.
yeah,
And that's how I want it to be. And in the same way, like we've spoken about going to Nigeria, and we said, well, if we're going to go and we're going to go with Luna and Irissa, we want Lily Grace and Oliver to come too
yeah.
because we want them to experience the same as
Yeah,
Luna and Irissa
yeah.
because they're
Why?
all brothers and sisters
Yeah,
and we are a family and
yeah.
this is our family.
If they're brothers and sisters, if we go to listen, there's so many things I've thought about it. I always like to think about things in my little brain.
Mm,
Imagine we take them to Nigeria, always taking only Luna and
mm,
Arisa to Nigeria, and when they finally grow up,
mm,
and Luna and Arisa wants to go to Nigeria on
mm,
their own, and they ask their siblings, "Can we go to
yeah,
Nigeria?" They say, "Well, they never take us before. It's going to be difficult. We can't go."
yeah,
Can you imagine that we're not going, we're going, but if we've been taking them to go and they like it
yeah,
and they like the culture, they like everything, when they all grow up, all of them can go to Nigeria without us to
together.
say, oh, something is happening, let's go to Nigeria, let's go, let's
Yeah,
just go and relax, or let's go on holiday and come back.
yeah, or visit family or
Visit
whatever.
family and
Yeah,
come and all of them will go and come back. They
yeah.
will not feel out of place because they've
No,
been going since they were kids.
and I think that's what's important. I think
Yeah,
because we do have wh- white children and mixed race children,
yeah,
for me, it's important that they are treated the same.
yeah,
They both learn the same
yeah.
things, and I just think that's so important. And so I don't feel like we worry too much about. I mean, I think about British culture. And I think, well, what
Yeah,
am I
in the
teaching
Nigerian
them?
culture, what is the culture?
What?
What culture?
Yeah, I think we don't think about these things,
Yeah,
do we?
what is the culture?
We don't
Train you.
worry.
The most important thing you owe your kids is to train them properly
Yeah,
and not to be a nuisance to the society.
yeah, to be
That
a
is,
good
yeah, to be a good
person.
person. That is what you owe your children, not to
Yeah,
be worried about culture, this, that, that. I didn't. My mom and my dad didn't teach me about culture,
yeah,
about although yeah, about languages and all that.
mm.
But look at me today.
Yeah,
Am I a bad
exactly.
person?
No,
No. Am I a nuisance to the
exactly.
society? No.
No.
So sometimes all those things doesn't really matter. All those things
Or you could
doesn't,
have the
yeah,
really
yeah.
most cultured people
Culture.
being the most nuisance of
I'm
people.
telling you, and I've seen them, many
Yeah,
of them.
that is true.
Yeah,
So then, when obviously we're talking about Lily Grace and Oliver, and we've got two white children, two mixed race children, so we are a blended family.
yeah,
Do you think we get looked at when we do all go out? Sometimes I feel like we go out and we look like the Brady Bunch, don't we?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
um, but there's obviously you do like to take one of the kids along or two of the kids along with you to the African
yeah.
shop, like I'll sit in the car with the rest of them. And sometimes you just take Lily Grace, sometimes you might just take Oliver, sometimes it might be Luna and Oliver or whatever. When it's just you and Lily Grace or you and Oliver, do you feel like people look at you, ask questions?
Yeah, they probably won't ask me questions, but I do get looked at. We both
Mm,
get looked at
yeah.
every single time. Even when we both go to the shop, probably wondering, oh, who is he? Who is he? They're looking. I know
Is
they're
that her
looking.
dad?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can sense it. I know they are looking. I'm
Yeah.
already sourcing them out. I know they are looking. Oh, hope she's safe. Hope she's safe.
Mm,
You understand what I
mm.
mean? You know
You can
that kind of.
feel that.
Yeah, I can feel
Mm.
it. You understand?
And even, do you remember that time? It must be quite weird to some people and perplexing because do you remember that time when we went to the school? This was when they were at their previous school. And Oliver saw us through the window and he was shouting, that's my daddy to
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
And they probably think he's black.
yeah.
So it must be like, hang on. And that's what I love about it. Like, they don't care, do they? They don't, like Oliver and that don't see that. They don't care about that. But I do wonder if others may find that weird
Mm. Then again,
that he's
is there?
calling you.
Yeah. Then again, is their problem?
Yeah, it is their problem.
Yeah. My job is not my biological son, but he is my son. To me, I
Yeah.
see him as my son.
Yeah. You do treat
Yeah,
him as
yeah.
your
He is
son.
my son, and I will raise him the way I will raise his son,
Yeah.
and I will raise him the way I raise every other kids.
Yeah.
There's no if you're naughty, you're not. If you're good, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
everybody gets their
is.
praise. Yeah, Luna, today you've been the naughtiest in this house.
She's been the naughtiest.
Yes, today Oliver, you've been the good boy in this house.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not yeah,
You get the treat,
yeah,
Luna. You don't get
yeah,
anything.
and
Yeah.
whoever is good, you know me. When I
Yeah.
drink my coke, whoever gets the bottom of my coke is whoever
It's
has been
behaved.
good, whoever has behaved,
Yeah. Even
whoever.
when Luna's touching your face like, Daddy, I shut the bathroom door.
Yeah, you try to. I say no.
I'm
It's
such a
Oliver.
good girl.
Yeah,
No, you do. You treat all of them fairly, but I do sometimes like I remember when you first came here as well, and we took somebody to their eye test appointment, and you was walking, I think, to the shop with Lily Grace, and like you're holding her hand like a
mm,
dad and a daughter would do. But I do wonder. I wonder what people probably thought of that, and I actually think you probably get more looked at if you're with Lily Grace and Oliver more than the fact that we are looked at,
yeah,
isn't
very
it?
true. Yeah.
Mm,
No, I don't know. Maybe they just I don't know what they're thinking. Only them will know. I'm not in their head at that point in time,
no.
but I know that they are looking.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
it.
Especially when we go to places that they don't really know us. But
Mm,
I know if they know us, like yeah,
yeah.
when I take little kids, I take little kids. So I have these new babas I go to. I always take us. They know that
Yeah,
we're
they
always
know
coming
who
to.
she
So
is.
they don't really look. But when you go to a new place where people don't really know, they're probably looking. Okay, okay, is she safe? What are they doing? Okay, you know that kind of thing.
Yeah. And so could we say that people are accepting of interracial relationships and blended families or problematic? Do they see it as problematic?
At the end of the day, there are people that are few there is a minority that have
Mm,
been groomed, that have been culture
mm,
to be like that,
mm,
and there is nothing you're going to say that will change them.
yeah.
They're always going to be in the society. They're
Yeah.
just my when you go to football stadium, when when there's is it the old stadium that is chanting racist? No,
No.
It's just a few minority of fans, few of them.
Mm,
That's why in football now, when if they were to catch you, you're getting banned for life in the
yeah.
stadium. So yeah, so they just few of them. So yeah, so the society has accepted us. It's just few minority.
Mm,
You understand? We are
yeah.
not us, but you understand interracial relationship, and yeah, but it's just few
Well,
minority. For them, it is maybe hatred, jealousy. I do not know,
mm,
but that is their own problem. It's not
yeah.
our problem. Our problem is to live our life day to day.
Yeah.
Them problem is to continue hating when they see, oh, that yeah, like an eye,
Mm,
see us like an eyesore. That is their problem, not
mm.
our problem. At the end of the day,
Well, I was gonna say, like, I think there are more and more, like, what I call blended families. In
yeah,
terms of what I mean by that is you have kids from a previous relationship, you start a new relationship, and then you end up having kids with that person.
yeah,
You become to have blended families. Well, there's lots of white couples who have ended their relationship or ended in divorce and then found a new partner and had children with another white person, blended family. It should be no different for us just
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah. I don't know why
I mean
interracial is different. Yeah, I don't
I've
know.
had comments um like, oh, she likes to mix it up
Yeah.
because I've had white children and mixed race children. It's just so silly. It's
Again,
just
it's on them, isn't it?
it's just backwards mentality, isn't
Yeah,
it? And I just yeah, I don't understand it. And there's a big part of me that would like to try and understand it because I think I'm one of these people that I would love to understand where it comes from, where that idea and that thought and the words that are coming out of their mouth or what they're typing, where that deep root hatred comes from.
yeah,
And so then that brings me on to about there being I think there's deep rooted historical aspects to interracial couples and racism. I was looking and when you look at what just around 50 years ago it was illegal in the US for a black person and white person to marry. Well, 50 years isn't a long time ago.
yeah. It's not far.
I mean, in the UK, it's never
50
been
years ago,
illegal.
50 years ago, my mom was alive. So
That's what I
think about
mean.
that. Yeah, 50 years ago, my mom was alive.
Mm, that's what I mean. Yeah, my
Like,
parents
yeah,
were
yeah,
alive.
yeah, yeah. So you see, our parents were alive. So yeah, you see, it's not that far.
They were
So yeah,
children.
yeah. So those mentalities still being inculcated into people.
Mm.
They've grown with it. So yeah, they still carry it.
It
So now
becomes a
they have the internet.
generational thing.
Yeah, yeah. So they'll still tell their kids. Yeah, it will just carry. You
Mm,
understand? Even we've got some kids in school telling like saying that telling Lily Grace like Luna looks like a color. I'm not gonna say blah. It's the parents. Where are they learning
mm,
it from?
yeah,
Yeah, that's why I say people are still continuously going to minority
yeah,
groom and to just continue.
yeah. Well, I think it will. I don't
Mm.
think it's something that would be eradicated. But I wonder as when time goes on and society does become more accepting and there does become more interracial couples, I wonder if those mindsets will start to change or whether they'll end up being more hate because if there's more interracial couples and more mixed race children, whether the hatred will grow because that mindset of eradicating black people comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, only time will tell. It depends how much time we've got.
Yeah.
It seems like whatever thing is going on in the world. Sometimes I feel like we haven't got much time. Something big is
Mm,
about to happen that will just wipe,
that's a different
yeah,
subject.
wipe all of us out. But that's the difference. But it's only time will tell. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll see. So then what advice can we give to interracial couples? I mean, I don't even feel like I don't even know if we've done justice to interracial couples on this episode or not. This is just our experience
yeah, we've just touched
and
some.
our life. But
Yeah,
I think if I was to give advice to somebody who was in an interracial relationship or was thinking about it, but was worried what people were going to say, I think because I can relate to that because that's how I felt. I think people need to just be authentic to what they like, who they find attractive, and not worry what other people say because they're not living your life, is it?
Yeah, at the end
Because they're
of the day,
not.
you have to be yourself. You understand?
Yeah.
And don't allow the society to pressure you.
Mm,
Don't allow society to dictate your life. Like you must do this, you must do that, you
mm,
must do this, you must do that. No. Go and get what you want. If you're
yeah.
attracted to a black man, you're attracted to, why not? Me, I
Yeah.
always knew I was going to marry a white woman.
You always knew, and
Yeah,
I was already
yeah,
attracted to black
yeah,
men.
and the universe brought it to me because
Mm,
that was what I believe in, and the
yeah.
universe brought it to me. You
Yeah.
understand? Yeah. I didn't sit there and just think, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's hard. It's gonna be difficult. I believed, and I just kept
Well, you
working.
didn't even look
Yeah,
for it. It
yeah,
just
yeah,
happened.
yeah,
So I think if it's something's going to happen, it's going to
yeah.
happen.
So you have to prepare yourself first, as build
Yeah.
yourself. When the time comes, you're ready, isn't?
Well, I think there's an element of when you are in an interracial relationship, you need to be open. You
Yeah,
need to go, okay, this person is from a different background, is from a different culture. And if you are somebody who is very cultured, which is fine, there's nothing wrong with it, but be open to the other culture because I do think a lot of people find it quite hard to adapt or understand because they're not open to understanding and adapting,
yeah,
isn't it? So it's about being open, listening,
yeah.
communicating, all
Come,
the normal
I
things that we
always say, just
always say.
in ordinary relationship, communication.
Yeah,
Like communication, patience. You have to
yeah.
communicate. You have to be patient. Okay, you have to. Yeah, you have to. You have
And I
to.
think,
You're learning new things. You're learning a new
yeah,
culture. Yeah, because no matter what you think in internet, they both come with culture.
yeah, of course I
But
do.
for me, I didn't come with much culture. Maybe even if I come with more culture, I didn't care about the culture. I
Mm,
didn't. I'm not expecting anything
mm.
from you. You understand what I
Well,
mean?
that's what I
Yeah,
think. There should
yeah,
be an element of drop the culture,
mm,
not say don't be culture because there's nothing wrong with culture. But when you are looking for a person that you want to be with, what are you interested in? What are the things that you enjoy together? What do you like doing together? What's all of those things should be more
important.
important
Yeah,
than necessarily your culture,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
And if you're somebody that is so caught up in culture, then you need to go and find somebody
In your
who is
culture,
in your culture
yeah, simple as that.
because it is hard balancing cultures if you're with somebody who's very cultured and has certain expectations and is very set in their
Yeah,
ways.
that is one of the reason why so many interracial relationships don't work, because this
Yeah.
person is very cultured to the teeth and expects so many things from you.
Mm.
You understand? It won't.
It's too much of a burden for the other person to
Yes.
take. Like I've always said to you, if you was a very cultured Nigerian man, we probably wouldn't be together.
Yeah.
I've always said that, haven't I? Because I can't be with somebody who is really caught up on culture because I'm just not that sort of person.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm caught up on British culture. I don't sit here and really see myself doing lots of things British people do.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I do British things, but do you know what I mean? I don't sit there
Yeah.
feeling like,
Yeah. I need to do this. You need to do that.
no.
Pressuring
And,
yourself. Yeah.
there's been times when I've had to say to you, we don't do that here,
Yeah.
isn't it? Like, but that's just where we're learning from each other. And, I've learnt so much from you and your culture, but they're not things that I would say affect our relationship or that we.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
True.
think people need to, if we're giving advice to people in an interracial relationship, it's literally just be open with each other and communicate.
Absolutely.